Maybe I have a secret, she laughed. It was supposed to be a joke, light, teasing, careless. Her sister had just said the baby looked nothing like me. A simple observation, the kind families make at dinner tables when they think the air is harmless. But something in her tone, something in that laugh, it wasn't just humor, it was defense, a shield made of sound. I looked at her across the table. The way her hand tightened on the fork, the flicker of unease in her eyes, gone as quickly as it appeared. That was the moment I stopped believing in coincidence. I'd been quiet for weeks, studying, waiting. Tonight was the end of that patience. So when she smiled and said, "Maybe I have a secret," I reached under my chair, pulled out a manila folder, and slid it across the table. "You first." Her hand froze mid-air. The room fell silent. Her sister's laughter died mid-breath. She opened the folder, read the first page, and all the color left her face. Her lips trembled, and then she whispered a name. Not mine. Her sister broke, crying before I even stood up. The thing about betrayal is, it never arrives like thunder. It drips, softly, consistently. A smile too forced. A phone that's always face down. A lie so small it almost sounds logical. I'd noticed everything. The late-night walks, the sudden privacy, the subtle distance in her eyes when I held the baby. I wanted to be wrong. God, I needed to be wrong. But truth has a smell, and I could already sense decay beneath the perfume. It started the night her sister joked, "He's got your eyes, but someone else's jawline." The way she flinched, it was microscopic, but it was there. So I bought a test kit, not because I distrusted her, but because part of me already knew. The part that still believed in justice, in balance, in quiet retribution. Collecting the sample felt like theft. A strand of hair from the brush, a cotton swab sealed in a plastic bag. Routine turned ritual. She smiled at me the whole week, made pancakes, kissed me on the forehead, slept against my chest like nothing in the world was wrong. I almost believed it again. Almost. When the results arrived, I didn't open them right away. They sat on my desk for hours, that thin envelope heavy with truth. When I finally tore it open, I didn't feel shock or rage, just a quiet emptiness. The kind that doesn't scream, it observes. The numbers were clear. Probability of paternity, 0.0%. Zero. That's the thing about numbers. They don't lie. They don't hesitate. They just end things. I spent the next few days planning the moment, not for drama, for precision. Her sister's visit provided the perfect stage, the perfect witness. When she saw the folder, she laughed again, that same brittle sound. But laughter dies quickly when faced with evidence. Her eyes scanned the pages once, twice, stopped at the signature, stopped breathing. The color drained from her neck first, then her lips. Her sister asked, "What is it?" She didn't answer. She just whispered a single name. Her sister's face collapsed into her hands, sobbing before I even moved. I didn't say anything, didn't need to. Every reaction in that room was enough. Every tear, every gasp, every silence. Truth had already done the talking. She looked at me then, eyes wide, searching for mercy. But mercy died the moment I held that envelope. I didn't yell, didn't accuse, didn't ask why. I simply stood, straightened my cuffs, and said quietly, "I already moved your things out." Her sister looked up, shocked. She wasn't part of the plan. But she didn't stop me either. "She'll stay with you," I said, my voice flat. "For now." Then I placed my house key on the table. It wasn't a symbol of surrender, it was a verdict. As I walked out, I could still hear her sobbing, not from guilt, but from realization. She'd lost control of the narrative, and I'd taken it back. It's been months. People still ask what happened. I tell them nothing, because the truth doesn't need an audience. It just needs to exist. Sometimes I think about that night, how easily she joked, how easily I smiled back, knowing what waited in that folder. There's a strange peace in preparation. You stop fearing endings when you're the one writing them. The house is quieter now, lighter. The baby wasn't mine, but the silence is. It belongs to me. Every echo of it earned. I used to believe love was trust. Now I know it's timing. The moment you stop pretending and let the truth speak for itself. She had a secret. I had proof. And when the lies ran out, I gave her the one thing she never expected: a mirror.